Hi everyone. All right, this one's a pretty short one. I had decided I wanted to try something just a little bit different the other day when I was doing this. I haven't had time to get to this voiceover for a few days, but I have seen so many people do a wispy type, really soft looking alcohol ink painting without using any air source. For they'll just kind of swirl it around and pour it off the sides and just kind of let it dry on its own. So I wanted to try that, although I haven't been able to find a tutorial that walks you through it. And this is not going to be one either because I was not happy with the way it turned out. So I did some more work on it at towards the end of this. You'll see when it switches over. It just didn't, I don't know. It just didn't resonate with me, I guess is the best way to put it. The colors I used on this one, I can't remember, y'all. I'm really sorry. I usually leave the colors sitting out if I can't get to my voiceover pretty quickly, so that I can remember what I used. So I am sort of taking a wild guess here. I know I used, these are Ranger colors. I know I used Stream, and I think I used indigo. Okay, I used like 5 colors on this. All right, so Stream, indigo, amethyst, boysenberry. I'm trying to think if I used any others on this one or not. That might have been it. I think I might, when I go back later and fix it, what I didn't like about it, I think I might have thrown a little bit of purple twilight in there on it too. Not real positive about that. I'm sorry. I usually try to keep up with the colors that I use for you all, but that just did not happen this time. So, oh, and I also used the Pinata Brass, of course, and 99% isopropyl alcohol. Okay, so I was thinking at the beginning, oh, this is going to look really cool, except for the fuzz I was picking out of it, as you can see. I was thinking this is going to look really cool because the colors were just swirling and they just really looked neat on there. And I was just thinking, wow, if that dries the way that it is, I'm gonna really like this most likely. And was thinking it would turn out looking like some of the other ones that I've seen. But I think I just put too much ink on it at one time. I should have done kind of one color at a time instead of, or maybe 2 colors at a time, instead of trying to put several colors down at once on it. They blended a little bit too much to start with. That was part of my issue with it, was just too much blending. Right there, it doesn't really look like it all that much, but it just seemed like, the more I went, the more I tried to move it at all, the more over blended it became until it was just too much of pretty much one dark color in too many places to me. See, now how cool would that have looked if I could have just got it to dry like that rainbow wave that came around there, but yep, no such luck. If any of you know how to do that, let me know. Would really be cool, but I can't get a soft edge on it like this. That was what bothered me, and so I ended up eventually, I filled in the entire surface, but still decided to go ahead and just let it air dry on its own, even though I had filled in the whole surface. And I don't know. Then I think I ended up using the dryer on it anyway. I can't even remember, but I know I just wasn't real thrilled with the way it was turning out. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with the fuzz that day. It was just probably very windy. We've had a few days of super heavy wind lately. I know when my husband had a teleconference at work yesterday, I guess it was. Anyway, someone was asked, how are things at the plant? And they said, well, the building didn't blow away in the wind, so that's a good thing. So it's been super windy out here. Yeah, there you can kind of see I was trying to keep that edge wispy. It's definitely, I think my problem, the fuzz, it's just definitely time to change my little puppy pad that I've got down on my table to catch any ink. So I could already see where some of the edges were starting to dry a little bit and leaving a line. So I decided to try to, kind of blow it back and try to get that softer look. Definitely will take some practice. I mean, it's a look that I really like, but I definitely, this first try for me, just could not get it. So while you're watching me mangle this painting, just let me say thank you for watching me mangle this painting and tell y'all how much I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate y'all watching and all the thumbs ups that I get and the people who have subscribed to my channel. It's still growing little by little, and it just amazes me that it is. I really appreciate it. I had mentioned on another video that if I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. And I would love to hear from you. I only heard from one person that let me know what they, might like. Because what I was asking was for y'all to comment what you would like to have as the giveaway. Would you rather have a painting, or would you rather have some alcohol ink supplies to do things yourself? Let me know, because I'm pretty flexible either way, and I may end up doing both. I just haven't decided yet. So yeah, here you can see I didn't like the way it was looking. It just, I don't know, was too, it wasn't soft enough. I didn't like the way it had blended or not blended well in places. It was like some places it was really over blended, and in other places it was like there was a dam between the two colors and wouldn't blend at all. So anyway, back to the giveaway thing. So let me know. Let me know what you all would like. When I get the 5,000, I will absolutely be doing the giveaway. And I will only be mentioning it in the videos that I do. I'm not going to post it on my channel, like in the community tab. I'm not planning on posting the giveaway on the community tab. This is not something that I'm doing just to try to get more subscribers. This is for those of you all who are actually, regularly watching my videos and have subscribed to my channel, and, because I want to say thank you to you all. It's not some kind of gimmick just to draw people to my channel. This is a thank you for those of you all who have helped me come from, nothing at all to, well, hopefully by the end it'll be 5,000 subscribers. So, but I did want a way to say thank you to the people who are my supporters. Don't want to try and attract people who are just going to try and get something for free because it's a giveaway. I'm not interested in that. I like knowing that we're sort of like a big family here, and I love the comments that I get from you all. You all have some amazing compliments and comments, and I hope that those of you that I've answered your questions, I hope that they have been answered well enough, and that that it's helping you get better with your own alcohol ink art that you're trying to do. So I know those of you who have gotten this hairdryer have discovered it can be just a little bit tricky to use sometimes. So now, you can see me checking it out, and it's okay, but I just wasn't in love with it. So, I laid it back and I let it set for, I don't know, a day or two, and I had to come back to it. I was just like, no, I can't leave that like that. I'm not happy with it. So I started out right here, decided to try just putting some more brass and alcohol on just to see if that would blend it a little bit better. The places where the blending wasn't quite soft enough for me, decided to try that. But then I also decided that it was a little too lopsided with all purples on one side and all blues and greens on the other. And I just, I just didn't like the way it looked. So I did decide to go back and add some more ink. And that right there, that's the boysenberry, one of the newer colors. I think, anyway. That's one of the newer colors from Tim Holt's Ranger line. Because I wanted to break up that stream right there, that kind of blue-green color that's in there, because it was just a little too much of a solid block of that right there. And I've got, let's see, a couple more videos, I think, waiting for me to do voiceovers on now. So hopefully I'll be able to get back to, at least for the next week or so, getting them up a little bit quicker. I'd been doing really good for y'all, and then just got busy and had to get, caught up on some other things, and had a few days where I wasn't able to do much. But I do have a few almost ready now, so all they're lacking is the voiceovers. So hopefully, every couple of days, at least for the next week, I should be able to get a new video up for you all every couple of days. Some of them, kind of like this one, may not be the best videos in the world. There's not a whole lot of technique to really tell you about with this one. I mean, this one, it's really just mostly blowing the ink around. I'm trying to blend it here and there because I don't want to have a, oh, sorry. I thought I could hold that yawn back, but it came anyway. I wanted to have a really soft line between color. I didn't want a line. I didn't want a clear delineation between the colors, which was part of the reason for doing some of this that I did, just to try and break that up a little bit, blend my colors at the edges some. Oh, but let's see. So I'm trying to think of what I know. One of the videos I think is just eggplant by Ranger on a piece of Yupo. Not one of my favorites, but it does give you sort of another idea of how eggplant works. I actually think I did one that looked very, very similar way back when I first started doing this. The one that I did before, I think I used way too much ink on. This one that I need to do the voiceover on does have a, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. It does have a little less ink on it. It's not quite as dark as the one that's already on YouTube. And then I've got another one that's got these colors, but is a little bit different. One that's on, I think it's on 11 by 14. I think it's on 11 by 14 Yupo. And just, leaving some negative space. And what else? One other one, but I can't remember what it was. I did one with where I used a stencil with the pinata brass with a stencil over top of the painting after I did it. So I'll have those coming up sometime over the next week or so. Don't really know what order yet because I've got to, just depends. Some are longer than others. So it just kind of depends on how much time I have to get to a voiceover, if it's going to be a really long one or not. So there, all I was doing here was trying to fix some of the lighter spots where I had started blending the ink, and it kind of left a little bit too much light spots in there for me, for my taste anyway. This was on a NARA round. I think this was a 6-inch. I'm looking for it. I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's taped to the board waiting to be sealed. This was a 6-inch NARA round right here. So, it's pretty fun to work on. I've got some little wooden rounds that I think I'm probably going to attach this to once I get it all dried and sealed and everything, and decide if I'm going to resin over top of it after that or not. So you all let me know what kind of things you'd like to see too. If there's particular videos that you want to see me do another painting that's similar to that, with a similar technique, let me know. Especially some of the earlier ones where maybe I wasn't explaining well what I was doing. Be happy to redo something along those lines. If you all will just give me a shout out there in the comment section and let me know. I'm sorry I sound so out of it today. I will one of these days manage to get caught up on my sleep. I won't be so drowsy. I just couldn't sleep last night. Had nothing to do with being busy, just couldn't sleep. So just darkened things up, evened it out, touching it up, and it's just about where I left it. You're getting pretty close to the end here. I know it's tricky for me to work on these smaller sizes like this because I'm too used to using some of the bigger sized craft plastics and Yupo and things. Let me check it out good, then I'll show it to you all. So, alright, there you go. That's the finished product. Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Not what I started out to do, but it turned out pretty in the end, so I can't complain. And, of course, it's one of my favorite color combinations that there is. So, I was happy with it. Well, I hope everyone is staying in and staying safe and healthy right now, and I will be back with you all in just a couple of days with another one. See you soon. Bye.